Today I want to talk about a little on the subject of what's going on with the whole Shane and Kelsey thing. I want to make sure it's clear to people of the corruption and the drama, toxicity, and lies that attorney Michael Frazee out of Chicopee has been doing. And the bottom line is this: a year ago, all I've been doing is trying my hardest just to open up communication with the children. So any good mother would all they would do is say, okay, and work with it. I mean, I don't see what the problem is unless you keep making excuses and for your own benefit, whatever. So this scumbag basically had 7 days to file for attorney fees. And what he did was, he'll write a nice letter to the courts that, he's been doing this for 20 years and such, reputable lawyer. That's all garbage. So I don't believe it. I have no respect for him and whoever else does this. But he has 7 days to file these fees. So it's a court order that he should do it within 7 days. And then it's a court order from a judge, another corruption going on over there, and Judge DeLeo out of Worcester, weird. She gave him 7 days. So in theory, the way the law works is he's not supposed to be asking for those fees after 7 days, and she shouldn't be given a motion after 7 days to file for fees, because that's a court order. It's her court order. She must abide by to it, you would think. And it's a court order to him that he's a lawyer. He should be following court orders himself, right? I mean, you would guess that, correct? I mean, that's how it goes. Not only did he do that, he filed almost 30 days after that. And then the lawyer I was having out in Chicopee, a woman lawyer, which is actually very honest out of Chicopee. She really is. And it breaks my heart that some of them want to they're making a lot of money off of parents, and I get it, whatever. I wouldn't do that in a million years, but I know that she wanted no part of that. But he got a motion probably almost 5 months, 6 months later, about January, and filed for fees. And then the judge gave him, she gave him that I was supposed to get fees. In that time, he sends me an email, I think back in March, April, May, I'm not even sure. By May, I was supposed to pay him the fees. And so that was the first time I was aware that because I was thinking, there's no way on earth, even though Judge DeLeo out of Worcester is completely left-wing nut job. Some of the court orders I've seen her write about that basically if a father, she basically wrote that because I tried and I filed these orders to try to help my son, basically, I should be punished and pay for the orders. Never mind that she's not following her own court orders, and Attorney Frazee not following the court order that she made on herself. So my thing, and the reason I'm telling people this is, we can't let lawyers and judges like this get away with this, and we can't do it. And a lot of times, what they do is that they'll do no contact orders, or they'll silence you and stuff. I mean, and just to let people know, Michael Frazee is one of those people that's part of all this corruption, because that is not a reputable man. I have no respect for him, and I never will, and neither should you. And my thing is, getting back on my ex, on Kelly's deal, is they're more concerned about money and winning, which is really destroying my son's life, because at the end of the day, it's a fatherless home that the judge is pushing. And Sosha, Attorney Sosha out of West Springfield, and Mary Sandberg, they're on West Springfield, and right behind the town hall there. They're a bunch of garbage too. Same leftist ideology. They just don't care for children. So when it comes to this kind of stuff, I would tend to believe that there's something seriously wrong mentally in Frazee and these people. It's just like the left-wing government things that we hear now. Like, it's delusional. It's not real. So they'll make it seem like you're a bad father, when in reality, you're not a bad father. You're a bad father in their eyes because that's what they want to believe to make money. But in real world, I have a 7-year-old kid that they end up saying that it was his fault that the kids, I didn't love the kids no more. I mean, if I didn't love the kids no more, why am I trying? Why did I spend $20,000 to see them? I mean, to me, that's just absurd. It's delusional and it's insane. Michael Frazee used to always say that I just want to get my way. I want to make sure it's cleared out to everybody that I'm not the one that's trying to get my way. Those are my kids. I shouldn't be fighting some scumbag that should not be anywhere near any children. I don't care if he's got grandchildren, kids. He shouldn't be anywhere near children for what he does. I mean, he could have done the right thing and still, tomorrow I'm going to go back to court. He could still do the right thing, but he's not doing it because he wants to just make money, rake in the money with fathers and make it, and if anything, they'll threaten you jail. I mean, what the hell does this have anything to do with parenting at all whatsoever? And that's my whole point of this whole toxicity drama, leftist ideology. It's delusional. It's insane to me that somebody can't even follow their own orders, and a judge can't even follow her own orders, are telling me that ignorance of the law is no defense. But that goes both ways, people. It's about the people. And we should have, they should have, higher standards in following. If that's what they do for work, at least follow what you do. And you're not psychologist, you're not psychiatrist, you're nothing, except for manipulating people that just make up stuff to make so you can make your money. That's about it. That's all it comes down to. It's about money. It has nothing to do with any parenting or family law whatsoever. How this is impacting the children is in a very negative, toxic way. And I would think no parent in the world would want their children to be exposed to this kind of stuff. I mean, it's totally child abuse. It should be criminal, including what the attorneys are doing. And at the end of the day, if you're doing something criminally or doing something wrong to hurt somebody, but then you're making it seem like they're the ones that are hurting, you're hurting them, that's really bizarre. That's back to the delusional leftist ideology, which comes from the government. I mean, the state and lawyers, that's how they work. Or they would, if they didn't lie, they didn't make no money. But in family law, when it comes to my kids being into this rotten satanic mess, I got a problem with that, and I think you should also have a problem with that, especially a lawyer trying to get away with murder. We should all be standing up against this stuff. As parents, we should all be standing up against corruption. Lawyers, stay away from lawyers and family law in general, because we're people. We should be able to, it's our children. Why hand them over to the system? Like, I don't understand why Kelly does this. It's bizarre. It's insane. I could sit here all day and make up excuses why the kids shouldn't see their mom. That's not going to help anybody. I don't understand the mentality. I mean, you have to really have some serious problems emotionally and psychologically to believe that that's helping anything. And all you got to do, this is the crazy part, all you got to do is stop and just be a parent. I mean, I'm more than willing. That's what blows my mind. Because then tomorrow I'm going to see both of these evil entities, and then what's crazy about it is they get insulted and offended. I call them evil entities when it is what it is. Because if they weren't, they would just stop. being good to the kids. That's what's important here, not monies to lawyers. I can care less about the government and the courts and family law. They know nothing about parenting at all. They know nothing about it. And the people that they hire to say, like social workers through DCF and all that, they're all paid people through the government. So they're going to say what they want them to say. It's a tragedy. It's terrible what's going on. Unfortunately, most people don't do anything about it until it's too late, when you could, or stop doing it, But this is affecting the children in a terribly negative way that is not healthy for the children. It's unnecessary, and they don't deserve it. What they deserve, they don't deserve lawyers, because my actual ex, back when the kids were 6 years old, said children need lawyers in their lives to advocate for them, not their parents, not their father. Their mother can advocate for them all they want. This is a one-sided thing. Again, going back to the Michael Frazee thing, in the government it's all one-sided. They silence one side, and meanwhile the kids got no parent. It's okay for mom to do it, but dad's the bad guy, which is not gonna effectively help any children in any possible way. So and my other thing is the negative toxicity for children is probably the worst thing you can do to kids, because they delusionally believe lies. And even when it comes to my son Shane having a girlfriend, I think she was standing next to me. I'm not even sure, because I really don't want to get involved in any of that stuff. I would guess at this point of his life, what he needs is a father, not a girlfriend. Because if you can't have a relationship with your own father, because your mom is telling you all this garbage, that's not going to work very well for him, and it's not going to work very well for Kelsey. It's just not. I'm blown away that it just doesn't stop, and nobody sees it. Well, they probably do, but people are afraid to do anything about it. So what I would like to see happen for the kids can live a healthy, positive life, let's say, with both parents, is and again, I could sit here, and if just Kelly's listening to this, I hope she is. And Michael Frazee, I can care less. I'm not afraid of you. I can care less about your bullying and blah blah blah, because I'm not making $300 an hour to bully people. So you are. The thing is, this is what I'm trying to get at, is none of this is helping the children at all whatsoever. All you have to do is stop doing that. And like I said, you can make excuses all day long why you don't want the kids to have a father in their lives, but that's not helping anyone. When I'm more than willing, I don't understand it. I've been saying this for year after year. This is why I'm guessing there has to be psychiatric problems here. And Michael Frazee's got some problems too. I mean, to believe what he believes, lies. And you can't keep going on doing this. The amount of damage that's going to the children because of this alienating and parental inequality is never helping the children. I can sit here all day long, talk about why, you shouldn't. Like, you could sit there all day long and talk about why the kids, excuse after excuse and baloney and story and whatever. But that's never going to help the children. At some point, someone's going to have to grow up, and this is the thing that's blowing my mind. I'm more than willing. Just cut the crap. When it came to my kids' games, all I wanted to do was sit there and watch his game. I had her and some pastor guy attack me. I guess it was a girlfriend. Why? I mean, you don't, and if you have something to say to somebody, you just call me up. I mean, I've had the same number for 20 freaking years, maybe 15 years, I don't know, but it's been quite a while. So that's not normal in front of everybody to say you want $10,000 ahead, and now I'm talking. That's not normal for the children. So what you're teaching the children is this: that the only way to communicate is to fight and scream restraining orders and yell, police, lawyers. That is terrible toxicity. Terrible. At the end of the day, and this is so important for Kelly, for this whole bullcrap with this crazy, with this fraud and corruption. At the end of the day, every single day, the kids are losing. They're losing a battle of, they have no hope of having two healthy parents get along. When one of them is more than willing to get along, but mom is not willing to get along. And it's not even about me wanting to get custody or anything. You know, if I do move, which I don't know, I'd like to go down south, but if I went down south, Shane would be able to get free college any state university. I don't want him to, but if he wanted to do that when he got older, why wouldn't he do that when his father lives down there? And it is a loving home. I don't want Shane or Kelsey to believe these delusional lies to be true. That's not healthy. Any father that's being silenced out there, this is a very important talk right here. Any parent that's silencing another parent, you're the mental case. You're the one with the problem, because you should allow the other person to talk and be the parent. You're not the father or the mother. I know that some cases, very small, is the other way around, because they're part of the drama and toxicity and lies. The courts love that, and because they make buku bucks off of that, and get kids into child support crap. Well, forget what it is. They get funding. They get money. That's what it comes down to. So my thing is this: if Kelly's listening to this, you need to stop. Stop insulting me. Stop making fun of me. I'm not talking bad about anybody. I'm not bashing anybody. I'm telling the truth. The children need us both. If that's your argument, that their kids don't need both parents and they need to be in a fatherless home for no reason, you're not going to win that conversation. And Frazee, I don't give a crap how much corruption and lies you do. At the end of the day, those are my kids, not yours. Those are my kids. How dare you try to take them away from me and say that I'm not a good parent and all this toxic drama, toxicity and lies. That's not a good parent, by the way. So if you're a grandparent like that, you're not a good parent, Michael, at all. I have no respect for you. That's one thing you said also back in 5 months ago, is I have no respect for the courts. No, I have no respect. Yes, I don't have no respect for the courts, but I definitely don't have respect for personal injury lawyers. I do not in family law. I don't. I will not. And you can't. There's no court order that's gonna make me respect you, ever. So, if mom wants to talk and just start over, she needs help, whatever, money or whatever. It's not about money. Remember, Kelly always says that to me, and Shane got brainwashed to believe it's not all about money. It's not. You don't need child support. That's not a father at all whatsoever. A father is there for your kids. Hey, I got a problem. Can you help me? Of course. What do you need? Advice? Whatever. What do you need? That's what parents are there for. So I'm hoping next time I make another video, it's not going to be like this. But if I have to expose the corruption, because Michael Frazee, Mary Sandberg, Mary Sosha, not good people. They don't care about your children. I can't stress enough how much I don't want kids anywhere near those people. And maybe more, maybe all of them are like that. I don't know. But I know from experience, when you're sitting there and a judge, a lawyer is telling you, the kid doesn't want to talk to you, and they're not making any solutions other than $300 an hour and can give a crap that kid now has had no father for 6 solid years because they think it's funny. The court thinks it's funny and it's the right thing. It's all leftist propaganda. That's what that is. It's delusional. Fatherless homes should not be pushed, and they should definitely not be supported by family law. Definitely not. That should be the last people to do it. And then I hear them complain that they're overloaded with people. That's bull crap. They're doing it on purpose. They love the money coming in. I can't stress that enough. So I'm hoping tomorrow or soon my kids have a chance in life, and they have a chance of happiness, because right now they don't have it at all. Anybody out there that's alienating their kids against the other parent, that kid is not happy. They're only telling you what you want to hear, but they can't be. Especially when my kid, I used to hug and kiss him all the time and love him, and he used to say, "I love you." I can show people stuff. I think I did online. I love you too. That's an evil entity right there when you're dividing families. So I'm hoping some changes come up, and I can help my kids once and for all, because enough is enough with this garbage toxicity, especially microphrasing.